Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Raid Shadow Legends video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about ascending your champions and farming potions for ascending them from potion keeps. First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video, and if you're in need of a new raid account, look no further. Use my promo link to create your account. You can find it down below in the description. You can find it in the QR code. It gives you Deacon Armstrong after the tutorial. It gives you Uugo at 15, Tagoar at 20, Zargala at 30. It's a super sweet start to raid. Gives you the best possible beginning. But ascending your champions and farming potions from potion keeps, let's take a look. Ascending your champions, this Rector Drought picture here is what I really don't like to see. Rector Drought ascended to 5 stars, but that 6th star is missing even though Rector is a level 60 character, so yeah, that hurts a little bit, because there are certain sweet spots when it comes to ascending. The first one is at 3 stars. 3 stars is super important. It opens a new or improved ability, often a crucial one for making champion work properly. Like when I'm recording this, we recently had the Michelangelo chase, so everyone got Michelangelo, and Michelangelo at 3 stars gains the ability to gain a shield when he is getting hit, so just increases his survivability so much. So that 3-star ability is typically game changing. Then ascending to 5 stars, that enables the use of amulets. And finally, ascending to 6 stars. Ascending to 6 stars is actually a really big deal. That enables the use of banners, and banners give a lot of stats. So that's a major stat boost. And it's also a bigger boost to stats than all the other ascensions. Every ascension gives you a little bit of stats, but 6 stars gives you more, and it gives you other stats than any other ascension. So you can gain speed, you can gain crit, you can gain accuracy, you can get resistance, stats that you would normally never be able to get through this, and it alters the base stat of those. So if you alter the base speed, for example, then every percentage base speed buff that you get, oh, that's suddenly going to be that much better. The stats your champion gains from the 6-star ascension varies. You can compare your champion to the champion entry in the index. All the entries in the index are 6-star fully ascended, so there you can see the differences in speed and crit and accuracy in these stats to see which stats your particular champion is going to get from this final level. Here are a couple of examples of 6-star ascensions. Loki the Deceiver, gaining HP, attack, defense, yeah, you get those for every ascension, also gaining 10 resistance and 20 accuracy. And Tholin Foulbeard, HP, attack, defense, yeah, you get that with every ascension, and also getting 5 speed and 13% crit damage. So you really don't want to sleep on that 6-star ascension. There is one little caveat to ascending your champions, and that is Arbiter missions, because some Arbiter missions require ascending your champions, and at least the ones in part 1 and part 2 are not retroactive. You have to have a champion that you can ascend to this specific rank when you get the mission. Otherwise you can't progress. So part 1 mission 58, ascend a champion to level 3. That's pretty early there. You need to have a champion that's not ascended to level 3 yet and that you can ascend in order to progress. And then in part 2 there are various missions to ascend champion to level 5. And again, not retroactive. I wasn't able to verify whether the part 3 and part 4 missions are retroactive or not. I think they're also not retroactive, so there you need to ascend some champions to level 6. However, unless you're speed running through the Arbiter missions, then it's going to take you a while to get there. You really don't want to leave your champions underperforming just to save for the Arbiter missions. But if you're trying to speed run them through really quickly, and then you won't have enough 6-star champions at all unless you save them, that is one argument for leaving a champion at 5-star ascension for a while. And in order to ascend your champions, you need some resources, in this case potions, which come from potion keeps. So the potions that you require for ascending champions depends on the rarity of the champion. An uncommon champion only uses lesser potions. You can get an uncommon champion to level 6 ascension with 20 affinity and 15 arcane lesser potions. So really cheap. Rare ones use lesser and greater potions. So first of all, there's the sweet spot at 3 stars, and in order to reach 3-star ascension, you need a total of 10 lesser and 2 greater affinity potions, and then 5 lesser and 1 greater arcane potion. Every ascension requires potions for the affinity of the champion and 10 arcane potions. Then to get the 4 stars can be important because if there's some fusions that you want to do, there are often fusions where you need to upgrade a rare to 4 stars and ascend them. So then you need 10 lesser and 4 greater affinity and 5 lesser and 2 greater arcane to get to that 4-star ascension. And then in order to get all the way, 10 lesser and 15 greater and 5 lesser and 10 greater arcane. Epic champions do not use lesser potions at all, they only use greater and superior potions. So they only need greater potions to get to 3-star Ascension, 20 greater Affinity and 15 greater Arcane potions. Then there's also, again, for fusions, sometimes you need to get an Epic to 5 stars and then you need to ascend it to 5-star Ascension. So that takes 20 greater and 6 superior Affinity potions and 15 greater and 3 superior Arcane potions. And in order to get to full 6-star Ascension, you need 20 greater and 10 superior Affinity potions and 15 greater and 5 superior Arcane potions. Legendary champions still use some greater potions, but they use mostly superior potions, and you already need to use a lot of superior potions even to get them to 3-star Ascension, and even more so to get them to full. And if you have any mythical champions only use superior potions, and you need a lot of superior potions to ascend your mythicals. You gain potions from various sources, you get some from missions, you get some from events, you get some from like clan boss chests, but the main source of potions is to farm the potion keeps. And the potion keeps are not always open. They go through the weekly cycle, where every other keep except for Void is open for 2 days per week, and Void is only open on Sundays. So Monday is Spirit, Tuesday is Force, Wednesday is Magic, and then again the same cycle, Thursday Spirit, Friday Force, Saturday Magic, and then Sunday is Void. When you start a new account, for new accounts, all potion keeps are open for the first week, so if you really want to speedrun the game, then that is a great opportunity. And returning players get a buff that can open all potion keeps for them for 1 day, but that's a single use only, so yeah, access to potion keeps is limited. The potion keeps themselves are slightly easier than the other dungeons, they're fairly simple, there are some minor mechanics in them. So, in Spirit, the Spirit Potion Guardian is going to heal for 50% at the start of each of its turns. So you want to bring heal reduction so that it doesn't get to heal. Optionally, you can also bring a debuffer, because the boss is going to use a block debuffs buff on itself, but that's a 2-turn effect on a 6-turn cooldown. So you will be fine with just the heal reduction, that's going to be sufficient. Then the Force Guardian has huge defense, and it has an irresistible debuff for decrease attack. So you want to bring something that decreases defense, and then you want to bring someone who can cleanse that decrease attack away from your champions. Whereas the Magic Guardian has a really big shield and lots of buffs. So you want to bring someone who can debuff, or steal buffs, or even block buffs, so that the Magic Guardian just won't have all of those buffs available. And finally, there's the Void Guardian. Void Guardian is going to apply a bunch of irresistible poison, so you want to bring someone who can cleanse it or block debuffs. As for the stage you want to farm in potion keeps do not have similar sweet spots for rewards per energy like gear dungeons do. Typically in a gear dungeon you will see, okay, well that's the last stage that with lower energy cost, that's typically better to farm than the next stage, which has higher energy cost, but the rewards don't improve as much. But in potion keeps they do. So in potion keeps, every single tier always gives you higher rewards, also higher rewards per energy, so you kind of want to farm the highest you can. Stage 20 only drops greater and superior potions. It doesn't drop any lesser potions, so if you need lesser potions then you need to do something else than 20, but 20 is by far the best overall, and it's best for farming both greater and superior potions. Lesser potions actually have their highest drop rate at stage 15. So if for any reason you want to target them, you want to really quickly complete an Arbiter mission that asks for lesser potions, you just need them fast for whatever reason, then stage 15 is what you want to do. However, because the overall rewards are better in later stages than if lesser potions, like you kind of want them, but you also want as much stuff as you can for your energy, then you would want to do stage 19, which is the last one that drops lesser potions alongside greater and superior. And that's all you need to know about ascending your champions and farming potions in order to ascend your champions and really get those 6-star ascensions, because they are so incredibly good. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.